Target time, and I'm pretty much looking for fun time interactive targets, not a paper target in sight. Hello and welcome to AAR on Air. You know, shooting is a hobby that can include so many disciplines, from hunting or pest control through to pure paper punching at varying distances. But I'm willing to bet that the vast majority of shooters at some point or other simply want to take a few pot shots at a tin can or the like. So I asked for some help from Vector Air, and they pulled a few favours from the very nice guys and girls at Bisley. And I've ended up with this little lot. Blimey, they really have excelled themselves. So let's take a look at some of these, shall we, and set them up down the range and give them a go. They are all pretty affordable, with some being cheaper than others, and all are likely to put a smile on your face in these strange times. I also like the idea that these can be used to hone your accuracy skills and hold over or hold under whilst having a spot of fun at the same time. Let's take a look at what we have, shall we? First up, a real favourite of mine, the duck targets. Now, I've personally had one of these. There we go. For years, but made the mistake of firing an FAC at them once or twice and ended up needing to weld heavier plates onto them. So please, this review is about sub 12 foot-pounds rather than cannons. The great thing about this duck target is it's enclosed all in one format, which uses a system of magnets, so when you've taken out all 4 ducks, there we go. You fire at the centre one and it resets them and they all pop back up and you're able to start all over again. Not only that, but it catches all your lead so it's not all over the garden. And of course, they are effectively a built-in backstop. Now, I would recommend you don't just rely on this and ensure whatever you're shooting, you have a suitable backstop. Mine is probably a bit excessive, but I do use some heavier stuff from time to time. Let's give it a go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some fun with these targets. The weapon of choice, yeah, Walther Rain M2. For no other reason than just to revisit, because it's something that I do like. I've got quite a soft spot for these. They're a heck of a tool. They're a useful tool as well. They're lightweight. You can soon move them about in tight spaces. I've dropped a silencer on the end, and I've put a 6-24 Veyron scope on it, which is an awesome tool, and it makes this a real nice piece of kit. The magazine goes in from either left or right hand side, which makes it, when I get it in, truly ambidextrous, whether you're left or right hand. And if you don't like the lever on the right hand side, turn it over and put the side lever on the left hand side, and it's not a big job. It's a nice, easy, weatherproof gun. I really like it. Yeah. Oh, and they're accurate, and they usually bang up to the 12 foot-pound power level. You won't normally find one of these that's kicking out less than a reasonable amount of power. Let's have a go, shall we? If you like that but want something a little more challenging, Then there is this little beauty, which works on a similar principle, but has smaller target areas to put your skills to the test. The box will again act as a catch box for your lead and is made of pretty strong steel. It has a resetting system, pretty much the same, with the centre target being the reset. You can, of course, use these in a form of competition with your mates and add to the fun a little bit, challenging each other as to who can knock them down the fastest, or have one each. At this point, I should add that you need to be careful, though. Not for the reasons that you think. You see, time and ammo will go by scarily fast than having just 5 minutes on your latest iPad game. If you know what I mean, you're there for hours. Both of these two are capable of being left outside in all weathers and will last years and years, even if you do leave them outside. They represent really good value for money. And as I've already said, I've had mine for years, and boy, has it had some hammer. Now, I took the opportunity to get hold of an old favourite of mine to do the target work with, the Walther Rain, the M2 version. This is never short of power and has always been very accurate with that Lothar Walther barrel on board. It's nice and lightweight and durable, and in the UK weather, that's no bad thing. It has a polymer body. I've kitted this one out with a nice compact Veyron 6-24x44 scope, making it a pretty formidable and compact bit of kit. Certainly in my opinion, you could comfortably carry this around all day. I've got the 177 version here, but the 22 would be a cracking gun for some close, hard-hitting rat work in barns and the like. They really are pretty good. Now, before I move on to the next target, I should say I get complaints that I don't put links in the description box below for things when I review them. Well, that's because YouTube don't want anybody putting links to guns on the platforms. But I can and have put links to most everything else that we're looking at today. So hopefully that'll satisfy a few of you guys who keep going on and asking for them. Now, the next one is a real challenge. It is a steel bottle, but with a difference. It's not the bottle that you're aiming to hit. It's the 6mm blanks that are loaded up within it. Now, this is made of some heavy, high-grade steel and will take some serious hitting power and is likely, yet again, to last you years and years. You will, however, need to get your hands on the 6mm or .22 short blanks to drop into it, and they are sold in boxes of 100. Now, be warned, this is designed to make you very aware when you've hit them square on, and will also let most of the neighbourhood be aware that you've hit them as well. So please be mindful of others when you use it. It isn't as easy as it may look either. So, a great piece of fun and also a great way to focus your skills to be absolutely on target. They are not big holes. Blimey. Again, a great interactive target to include your mates, or maybe with one of you, maybe shooting on the left side while the other hits the right side, and see who can get to the top ones first. Now, I did mention using the short .22 caliber blanks. Don't be tempted to use the long ones, because what they will do is they'll open up when you do hit them, and then getting them back out is a heck of a job. So use the genuine shorts. Really nice piece of kit. As with all of these metal plated targets, if you want them to last you for years and years, which they will, get yourself a tin of paint or two just to give them a freshen up on occasions to make sure they don't just rust away. And to be honest, the metal is that thick, if it did rust away, it's going to take a hell of a long time, and it's just going to look messy rather than actually disintegrate. They'll last forever. Still, get some colours, it's nice. Oh, and if they're on a swing system anywhere, a drop of oil or a spray of WD-40 occasionally will keep them swinging as well, as it were. Now, if you're wanting something to include your mates with, then there is this from Great Fun Targets. Snooker. Yes, snooker. Same rules as snooker, but not a cue in sight. You'll need to hit your red, which is the bigger one, and then choose your colour. Obviously, the point system is exactly the same as snooker. The further you go down, the smaller they become, so they're more challenging. And at this point, you can then either challenge yourself to see if you can get a 147 break, or simply play along with your mates to see who can get the most score. But be warned, you'll think you'll sit down just for an hour in the afternoon. You may go into several afternoons and a lot of fun and a lot of lead. Nice idea. Huge spike to put it in the ground, and if you really, really want to, 17 centimetre target holder in the top to fit your targets. Nice idea. Now, here's a good piece of kit, a triple cordless resetting target. Again, it's made of some heavy grade steel and has 3 resetting circular plates that will re-raise their counterpart when hit. And the idea is hit all 3 bottom targets to raise all 3 top ones back up, then reset. Now, it can be used on your own or with a friend to see if you can raise all 3 tops whilst they're trying to stop you by resetting them. This is going to need some accuracy skills and some fast shooting skills as well. Airgun shooters need not apply. Solid, really solid. One of my favourites is the kill zone resetting targets. I have the dove, the bunny, and the zombie version. Now, these are great for practicing your kill shots if you're doing any pest control work, and, well, just keeping the zombie numbers down if you have an infestation of them. And if you do have an infestation of zombies, then I think it's probably a bit of medical help you really need, or a trip to Specsavers. Now, sometimes there's really nothing other than something exploding that is going to cut the mustard and satisfy that particular itch. Well, it depends if you have an issue with the neighbourhood or not, as to which you choose. If you need to be quiet, then these chalk targets should do the trick. Stand them up or hang them from a string and watch them explode. And if you don't smoke them completely with the first shot, then go back to finish them off with the next one. If, however, noise isn't an issue, then you're likely to want to get your hands on some Firebird targets, which will do more than just satisfy that itch. They will smoke up explode, make loads of noise, and bring a real grin to everyone's face. They are brilliant. Noisy, but brilliant. Now, one of the things that regular viewers will see me use a lot are the shoot and see targets. They will leave a yellow splat around the hole to be able to see clearly where you've hit. From some pretty far off distances too. I love them, and as I say, I use them a lot. They're available in lots of different sizes depending on your skills or the distance that you're shooting at. I have a pack of the 6-inch ones here and the multi-pack of 3-inch, 2-inch and 1-inch. Now they have little repair patches so you can cover up the recent target work and reuse them rather than just keep buying more and more. That's cool. So they're more than just single use. They really are good. One of the least expensive interactive targets here is the gallery resetting target. This has a bottom row of hanging targets that will flip up out of the way when you hit, and the top target will reset them again for you. This is on a fairly lighter weight frame and simply presses into your lawn or garden or sits on top. A word of warning, they are great, but if you're distracted whilst mowing the lawn, these will probably come off worse. Yeah, voice of experience. But that is really down to user error and abuse, I'm afraid. I do like the spinner type of targets, and they also last for years and years. And this one also simply sticks into the ground or your lawn and you're away. I don't fancy running over this one though. I think the mower would probably come off worse. Great fun. Literally, because they're made by great fun. Well, I realise this isn't an exhaustive review of every target type out there, but I just thought an interactive target review would be fun and interesting. Yes, I'm sure you guys will have your own favourite targets, and that adds to the great thing about our sport. The options are endless. Yes, you can do your homemade ones, tin cans, whatever it is, ice cubes. I've seen so many done, but I thought I would just get hold of these to review them because these are the solid, heavyweight ones that you can leave in the ground all year long. And they will just last and last and last. And as I said, the only thing you're probably going to need is a bit of WD-40 and a bit of spray paint now and again. Now, I've had a great time using these, and I've got a feeling that the whacking that these things are going to get and have had, then nobody's really going to want them back. So you may well see these in some future reviews. The UK prices and links are in the description below if you want to see them. And if you don't, then, well, don't. Please give us the old thumbs up, subscribe, share, click the alarm notification bell, check out the AAR website, and a big thank you, and I suppose a sorry for the damage to Vector Air and to the really nice guys and girls from Bisley. I'm not sure who's paying for these, but I know I'm not. I hope. Biggest thanks, as always, goes out to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. Please stay safe and shoot safe and have some fun too. And hopefully I'll see you next week for some more gun reviews. Bye for now.